Yes, I love it when a woman can take wood so easily. Man, that is a giant log that lady's carrying. Get it, Debbie? Hello everybody, GrayStillPlays, and we're here with a brand new early access game called Villagers. No time for BS. Let me tell you what the purpose of this game is. So this is a guilty pleasure of mine. This is a town building simulation style game, a la games like The Sims or Civilization and there have you. But obviously the difference here is that we are back in the medieval ages and we have to deal with all of the horrible things that folks of the medieval ages had to deal with, like having bad teeth and disease. We have some chickens walking around. We have some guys trying to keep nice and warm. Was that a stork carrying a child in the background? That's gangster. Now, I've already made a character, so to speak. It's like a profile that you make. Our name, Graymaster McGray. Let's go ahead and start a brand new campaign mode. Now, there is a lot of text in this game to kind of get through in the beginning. I will go ahead and read it because I think it's humorous. But after that, we will mostly be doing building. This is the story of Graymaster McGray, a young man who managed to shine a ray of hope into a pitch-black tunnel of despair at a time when war and illness ruled a world filled with darkness. That is pretty dire. Nasty winds blew around him, strong winds of pungent adversities, trying to extinguish the light, even when Graymaster McGray couldn't see much in the darkness, was almost blind. He always laid his hand successfully around the flame. Very poetic. Sometimes so close that he was in danger of burning. As he was but a child, he... Oh, it's Ursel! What's wrong, Jecklin? Why don't you continue? It's a shame to admit, being the writer I am, but I am lost for words. Really? We cannot accept this? Let's do something about it. Host, bring us a bottle of your finest wine. I guess it's best, but I decide to choose finest. I'm going to modify these texts as I see fit. Ursel, are you trying to soften me with this devilish alcohol? We agreed to celebrate today. Let's treat ourselves to something special. Delicious. Where was I? The sickness of Graymaster McGray. Let me start a long time ago, back in our hero's childhood. He had a little brother with whom he lived in the countryside. Graymaster McGray was as little as 2 stacked boots. Look at me there, bow in hand, looking heroic. He had a little brother with whom he lived in a tiny settlement far away in a rural area. His parents took care of them well, providing them with prey from the woods. They paid great attention to making their children learn to survive the cruel wilderness. One day, he went out hunting with their father. They went out hunting with their father. However, the children couldn't concentrate and began to argue, which led to a terrible accident. Sounds a lot like Downfall. Their father, annoyed by his children squabbling and feeling the pressure from having to provide a meal for his family, accidentally stepped onto his own trap, dying a terrible death. Oh my god! No! Oh, they're 2 orphans now. Well, I guess there's still a mother. Graymaster McGray, filled with fear and terror, fled the scene and ran into the forest while his brother returned to the settlement. Great! We fled! Neither of them have seen each other since that fateful day, and Graymaster McGray even forgot his name. It's all very sad. That may be, but it all turned out well for Graymaster McGray in the end. The runaway child was found and taken in by a farmer's a few days later in a place far away from his home and spent his remaining childhood there. Well, looks a lot like Moses, actually. Graymaster McGray was plagued by a guilty conscience, which he tried to atone for through hard work. He was convinced that he could only undo his sins by doing good deeds. Graymaster McGray was self-educated from very early on and taught himself a great many skills. Every time he paid a visit to a big city, he used every chance he got to talk to its inhabitants and gain more knowledge. The farmers recognized his potential and put him in charge of managing the farmyard as soon as he was old enough. Oh, good for us. Managing a farmyard. Is that us or is that a giant penguin? I'm not really sure. I think we should talk a little about the war. Oh, it's not medieval times without a nice war. Oh yes, the war, so many faded memories that we literally had to bury. One day it simply broke out without warning and without any prior political negotiations. An enemy who they soon came to call the Faceless, also known as the Lich King. Invaders from the northeast, all wearing the same bizarre metal masks and coming from countries that previously only our boldest explorers had ever seen, the lands of Skyrim. Without thinking much about his strategy, our king sent his troops out to blindly attack the enemy. The losses were devastating, and we seemed to be no match for the enemy. Every available man was called up to fight as a soldier. Every boy that was able to hold a weapon was sent to the front line. The king rejected all dissenting voices regarding this harsh decision of his. I'm guessing, is that us? Is that our people? It looks pretty impressive. I mean, for just a random guy. Or is that us dying horribly over here? I'm not really sure. Word quickly spread about his plans, and many families fled. Not only did they want to put as much distance as they could between themselves and the war, they also did not want to lose their men to the fires of battle. Luckily, there were a few dukes that had opposed the king's decision, who decided to protect the people as best they could. And that brings us to, what the hell is that? Albrechtist. Yes, Albrechtist. Ah yes, Duke Albrechtist. Not only the most trustworthy person, not exactly the most trustworthy person in the world. Initially, he was unwilling to lay his cards on the table, but when he turned up at Grey Master McGray's farmyard one day, he did not hesitate to assert his authority. The devious, sleazy, and condescending man claimed that he had been sent on behalf of the king to gather up all available men in the area. He made a big display of authority, entering people's houses and having them searched, and that's when he came across Grey Master McGray's sketches. Ah, yes, the famous sketches. Oh, apparently we're an artist as well. Grey Master McGray had to save a lot of money to be able to afford parchment and charcoal, but he spent day and night designing complex cities. Running the farm had inspired him to do great things, and his ideas were not as absurd as one might have thought. After conducting extensive discussions with architects and planners living in the big city, Grey Master McGray designed technically feasible settlements, villages, and yes, even entire cities. Ah, foreshadowing. Grey Master McGray was talented, and although the king's orders were clear, this gave Albrechtist pause. He had a suggestion for him. He said, "You may be surprised to find that I have heard of you before, Grey Master McGray. A young man with extraordinary talent for city planning, although he never learned from a master. Don't ask me how I know about you, but please, I'd like you to consider the following deal. Take all the people from this farm and your direct neighbors in the area with you and build a self-sufficient settlement within a year. I don't care how and where you do it. If you manage to do it, I will recommend you to the king as a city planner. After all, when the war is over, we will need people like you to help rebuild the country. Provided we win, of course. Yeah, great. Or everyone dies and then I just work my ass off for nothing. And in keeping with my generosity, I shall ensure that your men are excluded from being called up. However, if you fail, I will immediately revoke all protection." Well, that's nice. Grey Master McGray felt numb. Suddenly, all eyes were on him, and the lives of many people were depending on his reply. He was unable to utter a word, but gave the Duke his hand, whom took it gladly. With a gleeful grin on his face, the deal was sealed. And thus, here we are in the game. Albrechtist says, "These are dark times, which is why you should view this opportunity as a particularly precious one. I envy you for it. How I wish sometimes I could be a simple laborer and make a home for myself, rather than having to help rule with the leaders of the world. Oh, how travesty-ish it is to be the man." Albrechtist departed, and thus Grey Master McGray found himself in a most peculiar situation. Suddenly he had the responsibility that he had neither asked for, nor was he ready to bear. Fate was obviously putting him to the test once more, despite him having already suffered so much in his childhood. Albrechtist is demanding that this virginal land in front of me becomes a settlement, but where on earth should I start? He may as well have asked me to get a couple of porcupines to mate. I'm assuming this is real. I mean, porcupines have to, you know, pork and stuff in order to make more porcupines. Oh, our name is flying off the card because it's so long. All right, then, concentrate. We need a central place for planning the city, a roof over our heads, where I can allocate jobs to the people. All right, folks, this is it. Let's become awesome. Oh, something new is available. What is it? Ah, a town hall. Okay. So this is the map. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this. So the way the map works is it's actually like a map, like it's drawn on a table. You can see the little planks there, and there's little drawn parts to it. That's so neat. All right, so this is our piece of land. Place your town hall near the big river. Your villagers need a nearby water source. All right. Well, we can tilt the town hall with our little buttons here, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and make the town hall right about here. There we go. Oh, some people. Luckily, they all conveniently happen to be 3 men and 3 women. What does it all mean? Now, some of the things that we can do here is move things right along with our little fasty-do button. Yes. Run right along, and it looks as if, though, nighttime is closing in. The look of the game is quite nice. I like the shadows, and the movement is very smooth. For an early access game, this is quite nice, actually. Let's see here. I imagine they'll start just building this building. Oh, there we go. Let's fast forward a little bit. And
the building is
boom! Oh, we have a buddy. Ewalt, my dear friend. A workman like me can only help you if you give me a job. Well, I've got plenty of jobs for you. Wait, we've known each other since we were children. I'm so pleased to have a familiar face on our side. Oh, come now, there's no need to get sentimental. Just tell me what we're supposed to do. Don't forget, we laborers are the only ones who will carry them to the building site for you. And we can build whatever you like with them. All right. My head is already spinning and we've barely done anything yet. If only I had something to write this all down on. Ah, we have Skultheis. Skultheis says, I should be in the forest ramming my sharp blades into wild animals and carrying them home for supper. Instead, Al Breakfast has sent me to the simpleton, who probably can't even spell the word city planner. The Duke sent you? You look like a hunter, not a city planner. Well, yes, sir. I am a hunter. Watching a child playing at being an architect isn't exactly a fulfilling alternative to the thrill of the hunt. And as for taking notes, a robust notebook with a leather case. Is that for me? How generous. And from then on, Graymaster McGray wrote everything down in his notebook. An excellent method, which I can't recommend enough. Well, thank you, game. I've got to hand it to you, Graymaster McGray. You're a master at casting your followers back into the bleak and barbaric time of the Dark Age. You've even managed to outdo the bandit Baron Icarus. Sure, Icarus, you mean the terrible Icarus? Be patient, my love. We'll get to that spawn of Satan later in our story. What are you talking about, Ewald? Has the fresh air gotten to your head? It most certainly has! And that's how everyone else has been forced to sleep outside feels too. We need somewhere to live. We need homes. You should start building them immediately. We need wood. As long as wild animals don't help themselves to us, oh dear. Without a doubt, Graymaster McGray had to spend lots of time managing resources. However, using the gathering symbols, he could keep an eye on everything. I'd like to be the woman that he's telling this story to, like the gathering symbols. What kind of sorcery is this? That word, bugger it. I'll save my breath. Oh, she figured it out! Yes, game. For example, Graymaster McGray had to tell his people that they had to get resources like wood. Indeed, using the gathering symbols, it was easy for him to give orders. The laborers then immediately commenced their new task. Whoa, a new quest. Please click the Gather Wood button now and drag your mouse with the left mouse button pressed over a group of trees. All right? Oh, I can highlight them all. Destroy the entire forest, my men. Leave nothing standing. All right. All right, so now that we have... Is everyone asleep? They're just They're just unconscious on the ground, kind of twisting and turning every once in a while. This building actually looks really nice. So we have to fell 20 trees. Okay, let's go ahead and move things right along so that nighttime goes by and everyone wakes up. Let's zoom in and watch our men work while we kind of sit back and relax with a cold lemonade in our hand. Yes, chop, my minions. Chop harder, faster, longer. Yes. Let's fast forward as they collect delicious trees for our quest. Apparently, it doesn't matter that it's raining. I'm going to send them to work anyway. These poor bastards. Ooh, we're almost there. Oh, hey, there we go. Graymaster McGray, this wood from the forest is strong and resilient. Well, thank you, Ewalt. I like to think that my wood is strong and resilient as well. I like your enthusiasm. Let's find a place for it. We've got plenty of solid ground and can build solid ground and land where we can build houses for everyone. But let's make one thing clear. I don't want to live too close to the edge of the forest. Thick woodlands always gives me the feeling that I'm being watched by something evil. Well, don't worry, Ewalt. We're going to be taking down the forest soon enough. Just about all of it will belong to us. So it looks like we can build a small house. I guess we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see here. Actually, what does the quest say? Oh, we have to build 3 small houses. So let's make it close to our town hall. Let's see. How close are we allowed to get? Let's see. There's like brush there. We can't quite do it. No, there's still something keeping us from having it there. I guess it's like rocks and sticks and such. How about up here? Yes? No? Oh, hey. Hey. There we go. Yes. House down. I imagine we go to, not production general, and we can see more houses that we can build. All right. Let's continue to move things along and get more trees so our settlement can grow. Looks like we have 58 food. It's going down quickly. But I imagine the game isn't going to let us starve already, will it? Oh, what is this? What is this here? It doesn't matter whether you're big or small, strong or weak, smart as a whip, or dumb as a box of rocks. At the end of the day, everyone is conquered by this one simple thing. A piece of wisdom from a foolish bard. Please enlighten us! The answer is hunger. And if your stomach is rebelling, there's no way of thinking straight. My stomach. I should have brought food with me. Well, great. My somewhat modest hunting skills have withered and died, seeing as I haven't used them over the past few years. Finally, something for me to do. Neither you nor your laborers can carry out work on empty stomachs. I'll show you how to pull big fish out of the lake. Ooh. You weren't sent by the Duke. You've been sent from heaven, Schultheis. But before we get to that, you need a jetty. Finally, you'll need somewhere to live. Now, if you excuse me, my wife and I have a family to start. Sexy times. Whoa, you are in such a hurry, my friend. Well, the stars in my private life are aligned at the moment. A man's got to seize his opportunity when he can, and know when he can produce his most fertile juices, right? Oh, this is an R-rated game, apparently. My goodness, that was a little too much information. What do you mean? Sure you haven't got any more baby-making secrets to tell me, Jacqueline? Well, now, I'll save that delicate topic for a colder season of the year. Let us say, storks deliver babies. Yes, they do. I saw them do it myself. Let's go ahead and build some more housing. Okay. Now, I have a choice here. Let's see. Can we make it?
Finished a quest.
Oh, I finished a quest. You have enough wood to build a jetty. Well, that's fine, but I'm going to build some housing first. I'll put another one right there.
New quest.
New quest. What do we got to do? Build 3 houses, build a jetty. What in the planet is a jetty? Where is that even under? Oh, it's under production. 30 trees for a jetty? Holy crap! Well, you know what we must do. Wake up, minions, and get to work. We need 30 trees. Is there any greater pleasure in life for a man than building his own house? We're on the 2nd house already. We're making progress, Graymaster McGray. We sure are, my boy. go ahead and get me some more trees. And I will go ahead and build you a jetty so that we don't all die of starvation. There we go. Something new is available. It's the jetty. Boom. Let's see here. Oh. Right. Oh, how do we... No. Oh, hey, there we go. Boom. A jetty. Yes. Put it together, folks. You make me happy with your laborious skills. It's good to be the man, isn't it? Alright, let's see. Everyone should be getting down there, putting it together. Not a moment too soon as well, since we're running low on food. Oh no, it's nighttime. Does this mean everyone has to go to sleep? Yep, there they go. But at least 2 of them have houses now. That's kind of neat. Oh, you can click on the house and see what's going on inside. It's Nicholas and Lily. And who do we have over here? Helga and Mira. Oh, you can click on them too. That's so cool. Oh, hold on. Let's click on one and see what it says. All right, pretty happy. High happiness leads to faster, healthier, more fertile villagers, full of health. 17 years old. All right, troubled by no home. We will get you a home, I swear it. But first, I need you to continue getting me trees. Oh, our jetty's almost built. Let's fast forward a little bit. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, it's almost there. I can feel it. It's going to be so delicious. This is it. This is the final log. Let's zoom in.
The building.
Yeah. To assign villagers to a profession, click on your town hall and click on the plus button. Incredibly large, immensely powerful, and inconceivably magnificent. Are you talking about your ego? What cod wallop? I'm describing the fish that I'm going to pull out of the water when the new jetty is built. Send me 2 villagers from the town hall, and we'll have a feast to remember. To Master McGray's relief, the people were independent enough that once allocated, they continued carrying out their jobs until he re-accoladed them. Something one can't always say about you, Jacqueline. Excuse me, bitch. Oh, nothing.
New
Giggle.
quest.
All right. Oh, we're going too fast. Let's go back down to 1, and let's go ahead and find out what our quest is. Employ fishermen, and we still have to build the rest of the houses, but let's go ahead and employ fishermen. We want 2 of them to be fishermen.
Finished a quest.
And now the only thing left is to build the final house, and I'm pretty sure we have enough wood. So let's go ahead and do it to it. All right. Let's see. Where can we put this thing? Let's see. I kind of want to keep it close to these other houses. Can we put it like sideways maybe? Let's try and put it like this. I'd like to keep it close to the town hall too. I'm not like super OCD about where this stuff goes. Let's see. Can we turn it like this? Oh, we can. There we go. All right. Now we're going to have houses for everyone. And that will, once it's built, complete our final quest. And I think for right now, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye and wrap up the episode. This is a really neat game, though. I can see me definitely sticking with this one and getting through the entire campaign if you guys think that it's interesting as well. Leave me your comments. Anything you'd like to see me do? I would certainly love to hear it. Oh, there's plenty of wood. Yes, I love it when a woman can take wood so easily. Man, that is a giant log that lady's carrying. Get it, Debbie? Until then, folks, stay foxy and much love.